The TempleTouch Pro non-invasive temperature monitoring system continuously displays a patient's core temperature throughout the continuum of care. Core temperature is defined as the temperature of the blood flow in the pulmonary artery. Traditional core temperature monitoring techniques are invasive and can cause patient discomfort. Due to its direct blood flow from the heart, the temporal artery provides an accurate representation of core temperature. The temporal artery's superficial location makes it easier to access and less invasive than traditional core measurement methods. The TempleTouch Pro sensor attaches to the skin above the temporal artery and measures temperature. The system then uses a patented algorithm to calculate and display core temperature. The TempleTouch Pro system contains the following components: a sensor, connecting cable, monitor connecting unit, also known as an MCU, optional interface cable, and power supply. The sensor is a non-sterile, disposable device which is placed on the patient's temple. The sensor is comprised of multiple receptors that measure both the skin surface temperature over the temporal artery and ambient temperature. The sensor is connected to the MCU via the connecting cable. The cable can be secured to the patient's gown with the provided clip. The system allows the sensor to easily disconnect from the monitor, allowing simple transfer of the patient between units. The MCU receives data from the sensor and uses an algorithm to calculate and display the patient's core temperature. If attaching to the patient monitor will display temperature and connect with the facility's EMR system. Make sure the patient monitor is turned on and operating according to the manufacturer's instructions. Connect the power supply to the MCU. The display will appear in 2 seconds. The yellow MCU power LED indicates the MCU is properly connected to power. If connecting to a patient monitor, connect the MCU directly or via a DeRoyal interface cable. Connect the cable to the MCU. Use an alcohol wipe to clean and disinfect the patient's temple. Allow the temple to dry completely prior to sensor application. Insert the sensor into the connecting cable. Remove the liner to expose the adhesive. Place the sensor on the patient's temporal artery, between the hairline and the eyebrow, making sure to avoid the soft spot. Gently press the surrounding edge of the sensor to ensure good adhesion to the skin. Restart the MCU by pressing and holding the reset button for 3 seconds. The solid green monitor LED indicates the MCU is properly connected to the patient monitor and transmitting data. The green connectivity LED will start blinking, and the connecting cable LED near the sensor will turn on and stay on constantly. The MCU and patient monitor will display temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit within 3 minutes. To switch the display between Celsius and Fahrenheit, press and release the reset button. The provided clip should be used to secure the connecting cable to the patient's gown. This ensures the sensor is kept in place. The TempleTouch Pro system allows for quick disconnection and reconnection to multiple monitors. Disconnect the sensor from the cable, ensuring the sensor is adhered to the patient's temple during transport. When ready to reconnect, confirm the MCU at the new location is already connected to the patient monitor and power supply. Reconnect the cable to the sensor. Then restart the MCU by pressing and holding the reset button for 3 seconds. The patient monitor will display the patient's temperature within 3 minutes. When core body temperature monitoring is no longer needed, remove the sensor from the patient's skin by carefully pulling the tab on the edge of the sensor. If the sensor is not easily removed or leaves a residue on the patient's skin, an alcohol swab may be used to help loosen or remove the adhesive. Dispose of the sensor in accordance with the facility's protocol and applicable disposal regulations. The sensor can stay on the patient until it is no longer required to monitor the patient's core temperature, up to 24 hours. If the monitoring time exceeds 24 hours, a new sensor can be applied to the patient. If removed from the patient, the TempleTouch Pro sensor should not be reattached, as it might weaken the adhesive, damage the sensor, or compromise system performance. Clean the connecting cable between each use. Wipe down the entire cable using a damp, soft fabric and 70% isopropyl alcohol and allow to dry. The MCU accuracy is required to be checked once every 2 years with TimbleTouch Pro reference units. Instructions are included in the reference unit kit. The TimbleTouch Pro non-invasive core temperature monitoring system provides a single solution that is continuous, fast, and accurate.